You ever just want to bitch and complain and throw a fit? It's kind of where I'm at right now. I know I'm not going to, but that's what I feel like. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today on this edition of Joey Shoots. This one is going to be a little different because I guess I'm just going to bring to light something that's been very frustrating for me for a long time. I thought as I got older in this industry that it would maybe stop, and it really hasn't. It might have even gotten worse. So, for those of you guys that don't know me, I'm Joey. I'm a boudoir photographer here in Reno. One of the ways that I continually update my portfolio and client work and make sure that my Instagram's looking good is I reach out to various models and offer them free photo shoots. In exchange for them doing the photo shoot, they get the photos for themselves, their portfolio, they get experience, maybe some guidance that they'd never gotten anymore. Hold on. Sorry about that. Phone never stops ringing, apparently. Where was I? So I do these model shoots to help out the community, get some awareness out to other models and let them know what's safe and what's not safe to do in this industry, and give them maybe some experience that they've never had, or maybe just give them access to some good work. There's probably 1,000 reasons why I do it that are not just benefiting me and my business and my brand. I do it a lot for the community outreach portion of it. I realize that there's a lot of girls that want the work that I do but can't afford to do it themselves or can't afford to pay for it themselves, and I want them to be able to get it in a safe and guided way. So I guess a little bit of the backstory. Over the last 2 months, I have done 2 model calls. I have been trying to expand my film portfolio because I'm doing a lot more film work now. So that was the first time, and the second time was just a content update. I offered 2 models photo shoots. Because of how flaky it seems like models can be, I ended up booking 4 different girls. Both of those times. In January and in February. I will say that out of the girls that I booked for those photo shoots, so we're talking about 8 photo shoots in total, most of those girls ended up not showing up to their photo shoot, asking for a reschedule, giving them a reschedule. I rescheduled their shoot and then got another text message from them saying that they didn't want to do it, or they couldn't do it, or whatever. I'm not the kind of guy that's going to force things or ask girls to do things that they're not comfortable with. But damn it, like, I can't tell you how frustrating it is. It doesn't matter if you're a first-year photographer or a super experienced photographer. When you set up these free shoots and you go out of your way to provide this stuff, you're booking your time out, like my time that I could be spending doing 1,000 other things that I should have probably been doing, and you can't even get out of some of these people a response. Like, you can't get them to respond to a text message. You can't get them to do anything. Like, our studio costs over $3,000 a month to maintain. And I'm offering not only my time, my effort, my energy, and the amount of money that we spend on the studio. I'm also taking away from potential time that the studio could be booking, because I could have the studio book for a model. I could have another photographer reach out to me to rent the studio at that time, but then I tell them, no, the studio is being used because I'm going to shoot a model, and so then they are not paying for that time. The model's not paying for that time. It's free time, and then you can't even get a text message. Like, I don't know what it is that causes this. Like, on average, my clients spend around $1,000 a session, and these models are getting it for free. And you can't even get them to answer you. You can't get them to show up. You know, you get all this stuff where people are complaining about value and this, that, and the other thing, and who gets to charge and what they get to charge and all this. And these girls want to be taken seriously in the industry, but then they don't do anything professional. They don't do anything right. And that's probably a little harsh, and I know that there are exceptions out there. There are hundreds of models out there that I've worked with over the last couple of years that are amazing people, and they show up, and they do what they're supposed to, and they communicate with you, and I get it. I live my life. Things happen. Random stuff happens. I get it. But open communication, having enough respect for somebody's time to let them know what's going on, that it feels like, and I probably am completely wrong with this, but it feels like some of these girls will book a shoot with you, they wake up the morning of the shoot and they don't feel good, or they drank too much last night, or they don't feel pretty or beautiful or the right size or shape that they want to be in, and so they just totally dismiss you, like, oh, I'm just not gonna do it because that'll make me feel better. But they don't realize what they're doing to us as photographers. I can say, after this experience of having 8 failed model shoots, and that's with reschedules, I'm not doing any more free modeling photo shoots anymore. I'm fed up with it. I literally have put hours and hours of my life on hold to do these photo shoots, and then nobody wants to show up to them. So I mean, do you think it might be a good idea to institute a modeling fee for everybody? You know, if models can't go to every photographer out there and get stuff for free, and they have to start paying for it, maybe they might start taking this shit a little bit more seriously. Maybe the photographers should band together and stand up for this kind of stuff. And to be honest with you, some of these girls aren't even models. Some of these girls are just they're industry people. They're entertainers. They're go-go's. They're all sorts of different people. They all want to benefit from the pictures, but gosh, how do you deal with it? I realize that this video is probably going to start a war, and I don't want that to happen, but what I do want is for some open communication and some valuing of people's time and resources. I get it. As soon as I put this up, I'm going to get 100 comments about, oh, well, there was this one photographer that backed out on me and didn't talk to me, or you didn't respond to a message and whatever. So I don't I don't want people to try to just throw shade for the sake of saying, hey, I'm upset that Joey called us out as models or whatever. But can we just agree that the system is broken and it needs to get better, and maybe this could be a way that it starts going that way, that it starts getting better? I love working with the models, and I love the relationships that I have with a number of the different models in this town. The work that I get to do with the models, it speaks to my soul. It helps my creative nature. It helps me do better for my clients, which I'm constantly striving for. So it's a necessity for me. And so that's probably why I'm so finally fed up and hurt, and I just don't know what to do anymore. So instead of getting upset, instead of throwing shade back my direction, can you just look at yourself and say, yeah, maybe I need to reevaluate my priorities. If I'm going to do something, if I say I'm going to do something, that I put as much effort into it as possible? That might be a good start. Thanks for your time.